And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Legends here in Boardman. I am joined by a guy that needs no introduction, but he's going to get one anyway. The QB1, the Minecraft one, the legend himself, the guy who, you adopted the name Billy the Kid, and now you are Billy the Man after last week, man. You absolutely tore it up. Talk to
Thank
me
you.
about Billy Skripac, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Billy Skripac. So let's talk first off. I mean, a tough night in Struthers.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
The mental capacity. I mean, just to be mentally tough to be able to get past that. I mean, there's some quarterbacks that we've seen just kind of fall off a cliff from there. You, my friend, stepped up in the biggest way possible. You were more decisive than I've ever seen you.
Yeah, well, when you have a bad night like that, and when you've been playing quarterback for as long as I have, you kind of know that like bad nights are going to happen. But the only way that you can like kind of get back from that is having a game like Poland, like last Friday. So I mean, it was just extra motivation to do well that week.
The mental, like, what were you thinking going into the Poland game? Like, you looked confident as all get out, and I was so proud of you because at 18, right?
18.
You're 18. Most people don't have that maturity to just turn the page, and you did.
Well, I mean, I really didn't have any other choice.
That's
I
true.
can't just let down the team because I had one bad week. Uh, it meant a lot to me to bounce back. I was running with a little extra steam. I was pretty mad
Yeah, it
because
looked like
because
it.
of the week before, and I was just trying to be decisive and make the right reads.
You put your shoulder down a couple of times. You look like Jerome Bettis, man. You were just plowing
Yeah,
over people. I mean, if we would have put you out there in the winter, we would have had to put chains on you. You were plowing over so much.
yeah, I'm not small, so
I love it. All right, let's talk about this team. This is a special team, and people. What's funny to me is I had a man text me this week and say, "Give me a battle between the 22 Raiders and the 21 Raiders. Who wins that game?"
well, you can't compare the teams because there's so many different traits, so many different personalities. You know what I mean? And I everybody improved from last year, especially the juniors in my class. So I mean, I wouldn't compare them in any way, but I'd say that both teams are pretty darn good.
I was just going to ask you. I mean, you're the guy. You're the QB for both of those teams, so you're sitting there probably gleaming a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride so far.
So we've interviewed all your linemen. So talk to me about how much fun it is to have those guys in front of you.
I mean, to have my friends and the people that are in the same class as me to be up there blocking in front of me. Chris has been as a 3-year starter, and then my guards, my tackles have they had some of the best winners that I mean I've ever seen. And Coach Jiggle will probably agree with me. They're in there constantly working their butts off. And the first game of Springfield, when they come out and when they dominate like that, it's pretty clear that hard work pays off. You know what I mean? And it's a pleasure to be behind them and throw behind them and run behind them.
I know we're talking about football, but you're a multi-sport athlete, man. How do you keep it together at such a high level throughout the entire year?
Oh, it's tough at times. It's really tough at times. I'm on a 2-week road trip traveling to Indianapolis and Georgia, and then I go straight into doubles. And you certainly have to have some mental strength for that, but I kind of have to sit back sometimes and just say, it's a blessing for me to keep doing this and do what I love.
So when coaches come knocking at the door, and inevitably they already have, and they say, "Hey, we want you to play football," and this coach says, "Hey, we want you to play baseball." Like, how do you? I mean, is that conversation with your parents? Is that just kind of meditating on that? How do you?
I mean,
Handle it?
it's really tough. I am leaning towards baseball, but anything can happen. And I kind of have to sit down every week with myself and with my parents and just be like, what are you doing for the rest of your life? And I'm like, I don't know yet. So I'm kind of just riding the wave. And I feel like if the opportunity approaches and that's what I want to do, then that's what I'll do.
Do you ever like consult any of your former teammates that are playing? Like Jake or
Oh
anybody like
yeah,
that?
I've talked to Jake about baseball recruiting. I've talked to Coach Allegretto about football recruiting and Coach Yeagley about football recruiting. And I mean, it's just a blessing to have that opportunity in the first place. To get reached out by these coaches and them recognize my talent. So it's really cool.
So when when you lay your head down on the pillow at night and you go back on all the things that you've done, like last year was a record-breaking season for you. What's left for you to check off that box? What do you think about?
I mean, obviously, moving forward, you want to do really well in the playoffs. I think any quarterback, when you've been starting as long, I mean, not too long, but as if you played as many games as I have, you want to look forward to regionals and then eventually states. But you still got to take it game by game. But for me personally, I just try to win every game that I play in each week. You know what I mean? I don't look forward to ahead, and just do your job that week.
What's cool is that you started your junior year and now senior year. Now you're gonna, when you move on, there will be another quarterback that looks like he's gonna start junior and senior in Tristan Toy. I mean,
Mhm.
what kind of things do you talk to him about as trying to kind of give some of your advice to him moving forward?
Well, we're certainly different. He's like even more athletic than me, and he's a little skinnier than me. But
He says beef up. That's what he's telling you, Tristan.
yeah, get bigger, hit the weight room. But um, I try to explain to him and like even the younger quarterbacks, like in the freshman class, like what I'm thinking at times. If we sit down next to each other during film sessions, I'll explain to him like what I did and why I did it, and like when they go in like in the fourth quarter, sometimes if we're up big, or like during practice towards the end of it, I'll explain to him like what would I would do if I was in your situation based off the defense.
When does all this become surreal to you? I mean, you're living a dream. I mean, you're the quarterback of one of the best teams in the area. You have been for 2 years, and you're getting a lot of notoriety. But you consistently push it towards your teammates. When does this all become like pinch me moments?
Well, I mean, one of the pinch me moments is right now. It's a blessing to even be here and spend the few minutes that I have in this with you.
At Legends.
I legends. But the most surreal part is just running out onto the field and hearing 1,000 people scream when you go out there, and it's just a blessing to do it as long as I have, and as successful as our team has been. It's just really cool.
Dude, I know how much your parents mean to you, your family means to you. You talk about it a little bit. Why are they so special, and what have they been able to provide you that has given you these opportunities?
I mean, for my dad, he's always coached me growing up, especially with baseball. But like they've been great role models, and they've done things the right way,
Yeah.
and I just kind of strive myself after that.
I love it, man. QB1, we appreciate you. We
Thank
love you.
you.
Thank you for
Thank
stopping
you.
by. We appreciate you. Billy Skripac, everybody. We'll be back with one more interview, a very important one. JD Kraus, when we return here on YSN.